Well, good morning. Welcome to Self Love Through Conscious Living with me, Reverend Lee. So, today I want to talk about what does it mean to be self loving? Well, self loving is a state where we feel and know our connection to ourselves, to others, and to life. It's in this state where we give and receive love freely, and we cultivate a deep sense of empathy for ourselves, others, and for life. I think that's a really key aspect there is we develop empathy because when we're empathetic, we understand that everyone has their challenges and everyone is going through their challenges in their own unique way to wake up, to become more aware, to grasp the idea that there's so much more to life than what we think there is. And so, do you, do you know when is it that you feel connected? Connected, yeah, first to yourself. Are you really connected to your body? Are you aware and connected to your mind, to the thoughts that you're having? Are you aware that you can choose? You can choose how you see everything, how you let everything come into your life, where you put your attention. Self love, based on my definition of love, is the awareness and acceptance of my wholeness. For you, it's the awareness and acceptance of your wholeness. But if you're going to accept and you're aware of your own wholeness, you have to be aware of that for everybody else. You have to be aware of that for life itself. If you truly want to say, I love my life, I love my life, then you've got to be able to say, well, I'm aware of life and I accept it as it is. Because that's how life plays out. Life is contrast. All possibilities exist within life. It depends on how you focus to determine the experience that you'll get to have in this life. But if you're self loving and you feel the connection to yourself, then you understand that you have power. And that power is to change where you put your focus. Because where you put your focus determines what you're going to experience. Your focus is where your energy goes. Where your energy goes, you create. What frequency are you going to carry with you? In other words, what's the predominant thought atmosphere that you're going to take with you today? Are you going to be accepting of yourself? Are you going to be kind to yourself? You'll know that if you are, because then you're going to be accepting and kind to others. You see, you can't be one thing without giving it out. If you're giving out something other than what you want to be, know that you're not in harmony. You're not coherent. What you say and what you do are not coherent. They're not centered in love. That's the real key thing. And here's the real aspect. This is the question you ask. Whenever you're having a thought about yourself, you're having a thought about others, you're having a thought about life, ask the question if you want to know if you're in love. Am I in judgment? If you come back and you say, I'm in judgment, then you're not in love. I can look at things that I've done that I would never do again, that I'm not proud of. I accept that I did them. I accept that there were consequences to them. I release my emotional attachment to the past. I've done my forgiveness. How do I do my forgiveness? I see and find all the good that came out of that mistake. Because rest assured, if you make a mistake, there will be good that comes out of it. You've just got to open your mind to see it. And when you do that, that's a state of self-love. Because why? You're freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself of the burden of carrying around a past memory that holds you back from being the most expansive, loving person you can imagine yourself to be. That's freedom. See, when we can neutralize the past and we can let go of our attachment to the past, man, we're free. And if you're self loving, don't you set yourself up to be free? Don't you choose to be free? Freedom is the number one thing we choose in everything, whether we realize it or not. We will only let someone do to us as much as we would do to us. So if you feel you're verbally being abused, rest assured you're verbally abusing yourself as well, because you would never let someone do something to you that you wouldn't do to yourself. Now, I'm not saying you couldn't be a victim of the wrong circumstance. No, I'm not saying that at all. Don't go there. But you control how you respond to it. That's a hard thing to grasp because we do have these egos and they're so fragile. They're so delicate. They get hurt so easy. Have you ever noticed that? People say, I'm an empath. Well, no, your ego's getting hurt. Yeah, you may be empathic. And you see, empathy means to understand where another is coming from. It does not mean that you absorb someone else's burden and let it be your burden. Do you see the difference there? Self-love would never absorb someone else's burden and burden yourself with it. They would be empathetic, they would be supportive, but they're not going to be responsible for someone else. You can't be. You can't be because you've got no power over what they choose. I've learned that. I've learned that so clearly, and I don't like it, but there's nothing else I can do. I can accept and be aware that I'm accepting and know that life is always challenging. It just is. Otherwise, without challenge, you can't grow. If you can't grow, you can't expand it. Isn't love all about expansion, becoming more? You bet it is. That's my message today. Pretty simple. Know yourself, know your connection to yourself, know your connection to others, know your connection to life, and receive love, give love, receive kindness, give kindness. Be empathic to yourself, be empathic to others, but don't throw their burden on top of you. That's not yours. It's not your cross to bear. Don't let anyone tell you it is. With that, my beautiful ones, make it a great day. Aloha.